Good morning, 8 War. Apologies for not being with you this morning. I'm currently interviewing computing candidates downstairs, but I'm going to talk you through what the focus of today's lesson is going to be. So it's your last assessment lesson. Most of you have built really convincing websites with extra computer scientists in and pictures in already. Some of you have added colour and fonts, and some of you have started your web report. The focus for today's lesson has to be this web design report, because this is where a lot of marks are allocated. If I just quickly show you the mark scheme for this, it should be in here. Let me just have a search for this. You will see that for the web design report, you actually get 5 marks here for explaining the HTML code, and you also get another 5 marks for explaining your CSS code here. Yes, it's really important that you actually do your print screens and explain your code, because that's 10 marks already. Another thing, you get 2 marks for your references, and just for structuring your report with titles and subtitles, you'll get 2 marks for structure, 2 marks for organization, 3 marks for using your keywords. Likewise, your evaluation, you get 5 marks on your evaluation, which is what went well, even better if, so you get 5 points there. And then depending on your spelling, punctuation and grammar, you also get 3 marks there. So I'm going to talk you through the web report and show you an example of a really good one, and then that's what I want you focusing on. Don't worry too much if you haven't managed to insert video or you haven't managed to get colours and fonts in yet. The web report is the most important thing. It's worth about 15 marks, 15 to 20 marks out of the 50. So have a look at this. This is how I'd like your web report to be laid out. You should have a title, Web Design Report. You should have your name and your form, which is obviously going to be 8 War. And then if you have little subheadings for each of your tasks, like task 3, and the same for task 7, task 8, if you've added anything extra, your evaluation, and your references, you're likely to score quite highly. Let me show you the best one in the school so far, and actually you could still improve on this. So I'm just going to show you the work of Josiah Campbell in 9 War. You'll see in task 3 he's labelled 5 of his tags and explained them. That's how it should be laid out. In task 7, this is task 6, the internal links. Task 7, he's done the same for his CSS and his colour. This is how that should be laid out. Lastly, he's done some references. In reality, there should be more than 2 references, because you probably have references for your pictures. You're obviously going to have references for your computer scientists, and any other websites which you've looked at, whether it's for web colors or whether it's how to do internal links or how to do any other skills, they should definitely be in your references, and that's how you would score 2 marks in your references section. In the evaluation, you get 1 mark per what went well, or even better if. So here's what went well. He's got 1 point here about the scientist, another point here about fonts and colours, another thing here about internal links. That's 3 marks. He then talks about not enhancing his page and what he could have done, like change the layout. That's 1 more mark. So that's 4 marks he's got there. And he would have also got marks for spelling, punctuation and grammar, so he would have got an extra 2 marks. Overall, even though we haven't seen Josiah's website, he's looking at a high level 6, low level 7. It's the best mark in the school so far. That's a standard that I expect as a minimum. Do make sure that your name and title is at the top of the page, either in the header. So that is, you can just double click in the header and add it in there, or I'm sure you all know how to add in a title. You don't have to do it in Word, you can do this in PowerPoint if you wish, whichever way is best. You'll need to print this all out 5 minutes before the end of the lesson. There's a stapler at the front so you can staple your work. If there are any issues with printing this to the printer, or you have any issues whatsoever, then you just need to come back at lunchtime, 12:45, computer room 1. I'll be there, and then we can sort out any printing issues then. I wish you all the best, and I might see you at lunchtime. If not, I'll see you around school. I'll see you soon. Bye.